Good evening, dear listener. I am your storyteller, and you are listening to Fear Free Mind. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine yourself walking through a grand marketplace in the heart of an ancient city. The scent of spices filling the air and the soft murmur of voices making a melody of stories untold. The golden glow of lanterns flickers around you, casting shadows on the paved streets as merchants display their treasures from distant lands. This is the story of Al-Shamira, a city of wonders, where magic and wisdom intertwine. Within its grand palace, a grieving sultan seeks comfort in the words of a gifted storyteller named Samira. As she explains her enchanting tales filled with adventures, courage, and hope. The Sultan begins a journey not across lands but within his heart, rediscovering the beauty of life and the power of stories to heal and inspire. With each passing word, you feel yourself sinking deeper into a state of relaxation, letting the rhythm of Samira's voice carry you away into a world of ancient wisdom and timeless dreams. Let the calm embrace of the night guide you into peaceful slumber as you step into the magic of Al-Shamira, where every story is a doorway to wonder. Long ago, in the heart of a vast desert, there stood a grand and glittering city called Al-Shamira. Its streets were lined with lanterns that glowed like fireflies, and its marketplaces overflowed with spices, silks, and treasures from distant lands. The people of Al-Shamira were known for their love of stories, and every night the city buzzed with the sound of tales being shared in homes, tea houses, and palace halls. In the very center of the city stood the Sultan's palace, a masterpiece of marble and gold. Within its high walls, the Sultan Malik al-Rahim sat on his grand throne. He was a kind ruler, but his heart was heavy with sorrow. The Sultan had once been deeply in love with his wife, Queen Lela, who had passed away many years ago. Since her departure, Malik al-Rahim found little joy in life. He would often wander the palace gardens alone, longing for the happiness he once knew. One evening, as the desert wind carried the scent of jasmine through the palace, a young storyteller named Samira arrived at the gates. She was known for and wide for her gift of telling story that could transport listeners to magical worlds. Word of her talent had reached the Sultan's ears, and he invited her to the palace, hoping her stories might bring some comfort to his weary heart. Samira was led to the grand hall where the Sultan awaited her. She bowed gracefully and said, "Your Majesty, it is an honor to be here. I have travelled far, carrying tales from every corner of the world. With your permission, I shall share them with you." The Sultan acknowledged his expression, solemn. "Begin, Samira. Let your words fill this hall and ease my soul." Samira took a deep breath and began her first tale. Her voice was as smooth as silk, and her words painted pictures in the minds of all who listened. Once, in a land beyond the seven seas, there lived a poor fisherman named Karim. She began. He was humble and kind, but his days were hard, for the sea was often unyielding, and his nets came back empty. One evening, as the sun dipped into the horizon, Karim cast his net one last time. To his surprise, it caught something heavy. The Sultan bent forward slightly. Samira continued, describing how Karim pulled up a golden jar from the depths of the sea. When he opened it, a great cloud of smoke poured out, forming into a powerful genie. The genie, bound to the jar for centuries, offered Karim 3 wishes in gratitude for his freedom. Samira unfolded beautifully, each detail of story with care. She spoke of Karim's first wish for food to feed his starving family, his second wish for a modest home to shelter them, and his third wish, made with great thought, a safe and prosperous life for all the fishermen in his village. The genie granted each wish, and Karim's life transformed. Yet he remained humble, teaching his village to work together and share their blessings. When the story ended, the Sultan's eyes glimmered with emotion. "Your tale is simple, Samira. It reminds me of the strength found in kindness and community. Tell me another." Samira smiled and began a new story. This one about a brave princess named Zara, who disguised herself as a commoner to travel through her kingdom and understand her people's struggles. She spoke of Zara's adventures, her encounters with thieves and sags, and her cleverness in resolving disputes. Through her journey, Zara learned the value of humility and wisdom, which she brought back to her throne to rule with compassion. The Sultan listened intently, his sorrow gradually lifting with each day. For many nights, Samira returned to the palace, sharing stories of love, courage, and hope. She told of magical carpets that could fly, hidden caves filled with treasures, and ordinary people who achieved extraordinary things through their virtues.